So we've unlocked the, I've unlocked the endless difficulty off stream. So increased difficulty, every village is randomized, more challenging characters and scenarios. I have not tried this yet, as you can see by it says highest score 0. We're gonna do a run or two of standard before we switch to endless. So for those of you who were not here when I was playing this for Next Fest and haven't seen or heard of it, it's basically a social deduction game. If you're familiar with the party games of Mafia or Werewolf, this is that. If you're not familiar with those, it's similar to Among Us, Town of Salem, like all of those styles of games. Throne of Lies, if you know that one. So basically, but it's a single player game. It gives you kind of more time to read the information, be acquainted with the abilities, really think about what the characters are saying, and work through the logic without feeling that kind of time pressure of like you're slowing down the game. So let's fire up a standard run. It looks like I'm actually partway through one. I'm at Village 6 of 7 right now. I'm at Ascension 8 currently, so I've beat the entire 7 village run 8 times. Or possibly 7 times, whatever. I think 8 times. So in this village right now, there are 3 evil characters in there. So these are the characters that could possibly be in this village. There are 6 villagers, although there's more than 6 villagers listed here. The purple ones are the villagers. There's 1 outcast, and there's only 1 outcast option. So we know that the outcast that we have is the lycanthrope. The way that the lycanthrope works is every 4 rounds, you can very barely see it over here, it becomes the night phase. So if the lycanthrope is flipped before the first night phase, they stay as a lycanthrope, they disguise as a not-in-play villager, they tell the truth, they act as like a regular villager. If, however, we don't manage to flip them before the night phase, they become an evil werewolf and they lie. So basically, like, their alignment changes and they lie instead. Then we have 2 to 4 minions. Yes. So we could actually, I think it means that we have both of these. The witch and the puppeteer, and we have 1 demon. So that's the puka, because there's only 1 demon in the deck right now. But the witch makes it so you cannot reveal the last card. I just realized the last time that I played that once you kill the witch, you can reveal that last card. So that's a game changer a bit there. The puppeteer, a random adjacent villager becomes a puppet. So it becomes evil, but it doesn't lie, which is the opposite of the corrupted status. A corrupted character is still technically good. You don't want to kill them, but they are lying. So this one is evil. You want to kill them, but they don't lie. They're telling the truth. And then we have the puka. So both adjacent villagers to the puka become corrupted and lie. So we generally don't want to kill them, but they are going to be lying. So this is spicy. It means that we have 1 card that we're not going to be able to flip. We have 2 people lying who are adjacent to each other, the puppet here and the puppet. And then we have the puka who's going to be lying and the 2 corrupted people on either side of them. So that is a possible 6 characters in this 10 person village that are going to be lying. So this is going to be spicy. So usually what I end up doing is I usually start at the top and work my way back and forth with opening, which usually leaves the card at the bottom as the one that the witch does not, blocks from flipping. It also means that these 4 are going to be the ones that are flipped before the night phase. So if the lycanthrope is in these 4, it will remain good. If the lycanthrope is anywhere here, it will be bad. And that's just because of the way that I play it. It doesn't have to do with any rules. It's just kind of rules I've set for myself to have consistency, to be able to make these guesses a little bit more clearly. So the first person we have is the Enlightened. The Enlightened tells us which direction the closest evil is in. If it's the same, like if, for example, this one and this one are both the closest evil, it would say equidistant. But the Enlightened is saying that the closest evil is counterclockwise. Then we have an investigator. This is one that doesn't give us information by himself. We have to activate him. So we would activate him and choose 2 cards, and then he tells us the most suspicious type among them. So it might be like minion or demon, like one of the evil ones. It might be outcast, because outcast is more suspicious than villager. We'll see. We have the knitter. Not super helpful unless you get duplicates of them. The knitter is saying that there's 2 pairs of evil right now, which makes a certain amount of sense. The puppeteer has to have an adjacent one if they're next to a villager, so it would be 2 evils adjacent. But the knitter is saying that the witch and the puka are adjacent to each other as well. Then we have another investigator. So there cannot be a duplicate. The lycanthrope disguises as a not in play villager. So one of these 2 investigators is one of the evil characters. There are some other characters that cause duplication, but none of them are in play in this one. So one of these has to be the bad guy. One of the bad guys. So now we also know if the lycanthrope is in one of these, they've stayed good. We've had our night phase, that's why that eye appeared in the middle. So if the lycanthrope is any of these, they are now an evil werewolf. But which one? That's what we're going to have to try to figure out. Okay, so we have the medium is saying that card number 5 is a real architect. We'll have to see if we can validate that, because the medium could be evil or corrupted and lying. The poet gives random information. They give like a different fact every time. But the poet is saying that number 9 is good. So if number 9 turns out to be the real investigator and number 8 is the evil one, then we know that number 7 is validated as being good as well. The bard is saying that they are 3 cards away from a corrupted character. I don't always find this super useful, but it can be useful if you have a village where nobody causes corruption. If you have a bard saying that there are a certain number of cards away from a corrupted character and nobody causes corruption, you know that they are a villain. But the puka causes corruption. The puppeteer does not. They just make somebody evil beside them. Okay, so we have a slayer. The slayer, you just pick somebody, and if that person is evil, the slayer will execute them, provided the slayer is not corrupted or evil themselves. We have a 3rd investigator. That is not great. Do we have anybody that is duplicating? We don't have anybody that should be duplicating, so we know that 2 of these are one of the 3 villains. And then this is being blocked by the witch. It cannot be revealed. So now we get to start trying to work this shit out. And like I said, we could have up to 6 characters lying, which is spicy. So I must be seeing double 4 investigators. Oh god, is that a Mo Sislak quote? It's definitely Simpsons. Yeah, it's right. I must be seeing double 4 homers. Okay, so we know that the lycanthrope is not going to be one of these 3 characters, because the lycanthrope only appears as a character that's not in play. 2 pairs of evil, saying that this is an architect and that they are a real architect. 3 cards away from a corrupted character. I think it was 4 crusties. Ah, there we go. Yes. I thought that makes sense. Yes. There's a Mafia guy trying to shoot the real Krusty the Clown for, I don't know, debts to the mob or something. Yeah. I actually love that episode. with the bike trick and everything. I'm not sure if you guys are aware the kind of lore behind that episode, because initially in The Simpsons, it was supposed to be revealed at some point that Homer was actually secretly Krusty the Clown, that he had this side gig as being a TV clown, in addition to his regular job. And so there's supposed to be this whole kind of thing about Bart having no respect for Homer, but Krusty, his idol, is the same person. And then that never panned out. And then to kind of make fun of that, or to riff off of that, they did the episode where Homer went to clown college. So I thought that was a nifty little bit of trivia there. Okay. So 7 is saying that 9 is good. I think the easiest way to do this, I've never heard that, kind of makes you think the episode where it turns out that Stan's dad is actually Lord in South Park. I have seen that one. I stopped watching South Park a long time ago, but that definitely was back when I was still watching it. I loved Lord's reaction to it. Apparently she and her friends started quoting it a lot with the I am Lord, yeah, yeah, yeah sort of thing. She's got a good sense of humor. How do we want to do this? One way to do this is to use all 3 investigators to check the same 3 cards, to see which one is different than the others. That might be a way to do it, because like that's more risky if you have one of the characters that causes duplication, where you have 2 that you know are good and 1 that you know is bad. But that might be the play here. Let's check 9. Let's check, or sorry, 7, 1, and 2 here to see what they say for them. Oh shit, it's only 2. I should have read it. I thought this was one of the ones that checks 3 characters. So 9 is saying that 7 or 1 is a demon. 8 is saying that 7 or 1 is a villager. 4 is saying 7 or 1 is a villager. So it seems like both of these are possibly telling a lie here. So we're gonna kill both of these. There's the witch. We can flip this one now. So the architect is saying that left side is more evil because this was hit by the witch, there's a very high chance that this is a good character. There's the puppeteer. One of these is evil now because there's always a puppet beside the puppeteer. The problem with the evil one is that they still tell the truth, so we can't use that information to figure out which one is the bad one. But one of those is evil and needs to be killed. We could... I'm gonna guess that 1 is the demon, because we're pretty sure that this one is good. 7 or 1 is the demon. We're gonna say this is good, this is the puppet, this is the demon. Oh shit. Okay, so that was the lycanthrope. It should not... And it was telling the truth. There are 2 pairs of evil. Okay. So we know that one of these, we're pretty sure that one's good. We're gonna say that you're... Oh, fuck, no. Okay, we lost. See, the lycanthrope is good. You should not have been lying, but you're saying that there's 2 pairs of... I guess this and this? Is that what you're trying to say for 2 pairs? I know I have the Slayer, but if this... I was hoping to try to get a little bit more information, because if the Slayer is corrupted, so it wouldn't have worked anyway. That's weird. Like, again, this is why I'm kind of struggling with some of the logic in this game, because it's saying 2 pairs. To me, I was sure that there was somebody adjacent to the witch. I'm very surprised there. Shit. Okay, well, next round. So this time, we have 2 outcasts, so both of these are in play. This is absolutely based on Northern Lion. It's actually a really irritating card. So it gives you a random like Northern Lion quote, and then if there are truthful characters beside them, they say to shut up instead of giving their info. So if anyone beside the Rambler is telling, like, says their actual info instead of saying shut up, there's one of 2 situations that happen. One of them is that that character is not truthful. They are either evil or corrupted, or the Rambler himself is actually an evil character in disguise. If the Rambler is actually evil, then their ability does not really work on the people beside them. Craig, hello. How are you doing today? So we have the Lycanthrope again. We went over that last time. And then we have the Shaman, which makes 2 cards be the same villager role. So there is going to be a duplicate that is not actually a bad guy in disguise. There's just going to be 2 fortune tellers, or 2 bards, or 2 knitters, or 2 hunters, or 2 enlightened. And then we have the Poisoner, which makes 1 adjacent villager corrupted. So we don't have to worry about there's no witch this time, so we're going to be able to open all the cards. However, we do have a Lycanthrope again, so we're still going to do the same pattern. So if the Lycanthrope is in here, it's telling the truth, and if the Lycanthrope is here, it's lying. Okay, we got a fortune teller, the knitter. There's another knitter, so as long as we don't have any other duplicates, we know that this is caused by the shaman. Yeah, we have another set of duplicates here. So one of these is the actual duplicate. One of these is a minion hiding. Oof. Rough. Okay. So, we have a Rambler. We have a card next to them saying to shut up. So, this appears like this is a truthful character, and the Rambler is uncorrupted or not a one of the minions. If this is a minion, then this could also be a minion. So the 2 knitters, one of them is either corrupted or one of them is evil, because they are giving conflicting information. I'm 1 card away from the closest evil, so that could be the knitter here. So for the fortune teller, we pick any 2 characters and learn if one of them is evil. Kind of sucks that we have 3 of those. So one of the Lycanthrope is a not in play villager. Okay, the Lycanthrope is lying, because the Lycanthrope has to hide as somebody that's not in play. Except for I don't, and again, this is learning the logic. I'm not sure if the Lycanthrope and a minion or demon hiding in a role can be the same role, because it's technically not an in-play villager, right? Some of the logic here can be very spicy, where you're like, that doesn't make any sense. But the Lycanthrope might end up being the same not in play role that one of them is hiding as. Cass, hello! Logic, we have to think? I know, right? I'm sorry to do this to you. To everyone, really, not just you. Okay. Technically, I don't think that this is going to be a, how many? Yeah, we need both outcasts. So both the lycanthrope and the rambler are going to be in play. So this should be a good outcast. There should be no option for that. So we should be able to use the fortune teller to check things against the rambler. Is 1 or 4 evil? True. So number 8 is saying that number 1 is evil. Again, I think we check the same ones. Number 6 is saying neither of them is evil. Okay. So we have 2 characters who are saying that one of them is evil, and 1 character that is saying that one of them is not. I didn't mean to mark that. Okay, so evils are not adjacent to each other. There's only 1 pair of evil. Most people are saying that this is true, but we should only have 1 of those. It could be a thing where it is... No. No. We are going to... We're going to assume that both of these are bad. And we're going to test that by killing her. It's a corrupted knitter. So not actually bad, but adjacent to the poisoner. So we are going to say that you're evil. There's the poisoner. Okay. Okay. So we have the poisoner and the corrupted there. We just need to find the shaman now. So the shaman is not going to be... At least the shaman shouldn't have been either of those. One of these is the lycanthrope. And it's going to be this one. Or not. This one, if it's the lycanthrope, should be telling the truth. Because it would have been one of the first 4 cards flipped. Oh yeah, it's 1 or evil, yeah, this one's true. This is the lycanthrope, who is now an evil werewolf, and we need to kill them. Oh, that's the shaman, shit. Interesting. Not in play villager. Oh, so this has to, okay, this is the lycanthrope. Because the other 2 were, yeah, so this is that logic that I was talking about. Because the lycanthrope has to be a character that's not in play. There were 3 of these in play, but because 2 of them were fake, this logic went through first. This is the lycanthrope. Or not? Why have we not won? The shaman's dead, the poisoner's dead. A disguise as a not in play villager. Okay. Fuck. Then I... Okay, I see. Real fortune teller. 2 minions hiding as the role. These are the duplicate brought up by the shaman. This one should be telling the truth. Then one of these 2 is the lycanthrope, and they're evil. I'm going to say that it is the hunter, because there shouldn't be saying that I'm 1 card away from the closest evil. The knitter is corrupted. They are not evil. Yeah. And this one, because they're telling the truth. Yeah, okay, it's this one. There we go. Village is safe. All evil characters have been executed. Okay, so we're now at village 7 of 7 for Ascension 8. We have 1 or 2 outcasts. So we have either or both the Bombardier, who we lose if we execute them, and the Wretch, who registers as an evil minion to other characters' abilities. Then we have both minions. So the Witch, again, is going to block a card from being revealed. The Chancellor appears next to an outcast role, so either the Wretch or the Bombardier. And so, like, the Chancellor will sit next to them. And then we have Lilith, who is a demon. During the night phase, so every 4 turns, she will kill a random unrevealed character and deal 2 damage to us. So every 4 turns, she's going to damage us for 2. Let's start flipping. Okay, we have a Dreamer, an Oracle, the Enlightened, 2 Enlightened. We do not have anybody who... The Wretch does not disguise. We don't have anybody who should be causing a duplicate. So one of these Enlightened is a bad guy. We know that this character was good. Oops, good because they were killed by Lilith. Present Mike Mod, hello. How are you doing today? Okay, we have Bombardier. There's the Knight, the Dreamer. The Witch is blocking. Fuck, I forgot about that. Okay. One of these 2 could be the Wretch. Saying 1 or 2 is the Witch. Doesn't feel right. We don't know where the Wretch is. It could be one of those. So the possible spots for the Chancellor: here, here, and here. I don't think... Lilith, do you kill a random unrevealed character? I can't imagine that it would kill a bad character, but I don't know about a neutral. We have 2 Dreamers as well, which is not good. 1 or 2 is a Witch. Closest evil is counterclockwise. This could be... Okay, really easy check here. The Knight can't die. There's Lilith. If we can kill the Knight is evil. Otherwise, it just would not accept it doing anything. So, we know that this is a good character because the closest evil is counterclockwise. They were telling the truth, unless this is also evil and it's equidistant. Okay, what else do we have here? That was not the Witch. We still cannot blip that. Okay, one of these 2 is the Chancellor. I feel like... So we have 2 Dreamers here. We pick 2 characters and it tells us a role that's among them. Okay, among 2 and 8, there is a Witch or a Chancellor. I don't think that it's this one. Let's see, what do you say? Okay. Interesting. So, the ability for the Dreamer. You pick 2 characters and it tells you 1 role that's among them and 1 role that's not. This is a Bombardier. The Dreamer said there's a Bombardier there. We know that this is not a Chancellor because of that. I didn't think that was a Chancellor anyway, but that should be true. This should be a true character. This one saying that there is a Witch or a Chancellor. So it's saying... I think this one's lying. There's the Chancellor. Okay. So, we still have the witch somewhere. I think this one is lying. Because I'm pretty sure this one's telling the truth. The closest that evil could be counterclockwise is here. And if that was true, then it would be saying that it's equidistant. There. We ascended! We're gonna do one more round of this. Because now we're starting at the easier ones. We actually started, like I said, partway through my last run, so it was a little harder. But we're going to do Ascension 9. We're going to start from Village 1 here and look at this. Then we're going to switch to the next, the Endless mode, because there's different unlocks for that. Okay. Very, very simple. Ooh, I say that, but this is awful. Only 5 cards. 3 villagers, 1 outcast, 1 to 2 minion, and there's only 1 option. So the drunk and the puppeteer are absolutely going to be in there. 3 out of these 4 are going to be in there. The reason why I'm like, oof, this is not good. So the puppeteer, adjacent card, becomes evil, will not lie, but becomes evil. If possible. It has to be a villager. Cannot make the drunk their puppet. The drunk, however, disguises as a random, not-in-play villager, is corrupted, and lies. But is good, and I'm not supposed to kill them. So we have somebody who's going to look like a bad guy, but is good and should not be killed. The other problem is, we have a baker, and this is one of the most confusing cards in the game to me. When they are revealed, one random, unrevealed good villager also becomes a baker. You learn which villager they were, because they will say, I was the whatever. I find the logic incredibly inconsistent for this. So we're going to try to puzzle through this together. I literally had one once that was basically like 4 of the 5 cards were all bakers. Okay, we got a gem crafter saying that number 2 is good. There's the baker. And to me, it's like the first one that you reveal, because it says on, like, when you reveal, one random unrevealed good villager becomes a baker. So I feel like this should say I was the original baker, because this is the first one that we flipped. This one should not be able to say I was the hunter, because we haven't flipped the original baker yet, but I don't know if it actually works that way or not. We should not have 2 hunters. Saying I'm 2 cards away from the closest evil, that could be true. I don't know if you would say that you're equidistant. I don't think so, because it could be that this is the puppeteer and the puppet, because they both read as evil. Puppeteer is 1 card away from the closest evil. That makes sense. That would mean that, like, this could be the puppet and this is the puppeteer. Okay, 2 hunters. I am 1 card away from the closest evil. Rough. Okay. Both of these could, like, this could be the puppeteer and the drunk. So they could both be lying. I feel like the baker is lying, possibly. Because, like I said, I feel like the first baker should say I was the original baker. Okay, let's kill the baker, because I don't feel like that is making sense. If this is a bad character, then we know that this one is telling the truth. That was the fucking corrupted drunk, god damn it. Okay, so this was a lie. So we did identify that this was incorrect, but this was one that we didn't necessarily want to kill. So the puppeteer is one of these two. Puppeteer is one card away from the closest evil. This should be true. Okay, we're gonna guess that this one is the puppeteer. Yes. It's unfortunately now a 50-50 to find the puppet. The puppet is evil and needs to be killed, but it tells the truth. We don't have any way to identify, because the puppeteer is always adjacent to the... Okay. It's... okay. This one is the puppet. Because this one is saying that 2 is good, if 2 is the puppet, it would not actually be good, it would be evil, because even though it's telling the truth, because the puppeteer turns it evil. Has to be this one. There. Okay. We are working with a Rambler. Okay, you guys haven't seen the Plague Doctor in this playthrough yet. Plague Doctor is a good outcast, so like a neutral role sort of thing, but like it's not a villager, but it is good aligned. One good villager starts out being corrupted. With the Plague Doctor, we can use its ability to choose another character and see if they are corrupted or not. If they are, the Plague Doctor will tell us who an evil character is. This actually works really well with the Poisoner, because the Poisoner also corrupts an adjacent person. So instead of just having one corrupted to try to find, there's 2 corrupted, so we have double chance of this ability actually working. And then we have, again, a Puppeteer who makes an adjacent villager evil, but it doesn't lie. And the Poisoner who makes an adjacent villager corrupted, so it lies but is not evil. So a little bit of opposite going on there. Okay. The Oracle is saying that 2 or 7 is the Poisoner. Ooh, yes. Yes, it is. Okay. We only have 1 outcast in this deck. Or, sorry, in this village. But both outcasts have showed up. So one of these 2 is bad. And 2 or 7 is Poisoner. So absolutely one of these 2 is the Poisoner. So I'm gonna say that you're good. That means if this is the Poisoner, this knight is corrupted. If this is the Poisoner, either this knight is corrupted or the judge is corrupted. I'm 2 cards away from a corrupted character. It looks like you're telling the truth. No. The Plague Doctor cannot be corrupted. So either this one is actually corrupted and this is the Poisoner, or she is lying. Okay, between 2, 4, and 6, there is an outcast, a villager, and a minion. If she is telling the truth, she is saying that this is the outcast, true. This is the villager, true in this case. She's saying that this would be the minion. I do not believe that this is the minion, because we believe that this is telling the truth. So I believe she's either corrupted or evil. If she's corrupted, this one is not telling the truth. Let's test for corruption. Okay. So 7's ability worked, unless they are evil. Saying that 1 is evil. 1 could be evil. Now we're going to use the judge to see if the Plague Doctor is lying. Interesting. Okay. So... because the judge is saying shut up, that is part of the Rambler's ability, that adjacent truthful characters tell him to shut up instead of sharing their info. So, that means that if the Rambler is good, like actually the Rambler, not the puppeteer or the poisoner hiding, then this is also good. If this, it's possible that they're bad and adjacent. Should not be corrupted. We can do a quick test to see if you're corrupted knight. We just lost a lot of health by killing her. Fuck. This, okay, you are a bad guy. You said that number 1 was evil. You are not. Okay, there we go. That was true. 1 or 7 was the poisoner. Okay, 2 cards away from a corrupted character. That feels incorrect. There's the puppeteer. Then one of the cards beside the puppeteer has to be evil. Even though it's telling the truth. Fuck. This is a 50-50 now. We don't have any way to find this out. Ghostbody, hello. Welcome in. How you doing today? What are you guys thinking? 6 or 4? I feel... I feel like it has to... So the bishop is saying that between herself, the Rambler, and the Oracle, one of them is a minion. But we've already found... Does the puppet count as a minion? Because if this is the puppet, it shouldn't be lying. Maybe the Oracle is the puppet. There we go. Yes, okay, so puppets count as minions. Got it. That makes sense. Okay, we have again the drunk who is good. We should not kill them. They appear as a random not-in-play villager and they lie. We have the witch, so it's going to be blocking the last card, and the chancellor will appear beside... Oh, that's tricky. We have 1 or 2 outcasts. That's very tricky. Okay. See, I am the original baker. I was the oracle. That feels more like how this is supposed to work, because the first one that flipped said that they were the original baker. I didn't even realize we had a baker in this deck. We do. Okay. The worst thing is, this could be the drunk lying. And this could be, like, the witch or the chancellor. We don't have... This could be the bombardier. Might not be, though. The chancellor is most likely beside the drunk. 2 cards away from the closest evil. Right side is more evil. Closest evil is equidistant. Tricky, tricky, tricky. Okay, investigator, we're gonna check. We have 2 hunters in play. There should not be 2 hunters. We don't have anything causing duplication. I think you're bad. Fuck, you were good. Okay. The Chancellor has to be next to either the Bombardier or the Drunk. I gotta go have a good rest of the evening, take care. Have a good rest of the morning. Thank you so much for coming, Binary. I hope that you had a good time. Okay. Big yawn. So if the Enlightened is telling the truth, this has to be a witch. So we're gonna use the Investigator. 1 or 5 is a minion. Let's see. Nope. That was the fucking Drunk. God damn it. Okay. So we've lost a health. Basically, we can fail 4 rounds while we try to solve the 7 villages. I did. Thank you. Glad to hear that. My guess was right. I was thinking the Enlightened was evil and its card changed to something or other. Yeah. By the way, I know I still have like no backseating unless asked. You guys are more than welcome to backseat me for this game. Feel free to shout out your theories and ideas. This sort of game is a lot of fun when we can kind of work together on this. No, I should have said. I should have taken that off, honestly. Okay. So in this current deck, we have a doppelganger who is an outcast role but is good. Starts at the game start, it disguises as a good villager currently in play. So we're going to have a duplication of something, and it's not necessarily one of them hiding, it's the doppelganger. So we're looking for a duplicate where both of them are telling the truth. The poisoner we've seen, it just makes one of the adjacent villagers corrupted. The minion actually has no real ability. The minion and the twin minion just lie and disguise themselves. Okay, we have 2 dreamers and we have 2 knitters. So one of those is the doppelganger. Evils are not adjacent to each other. Evils are not adjacent to each other. Pretty good chance that one of those is the doppelganger and they're both good. 2 or 3 is the poisoner. 1 card away from a corrupted character. 2 was affected by an evil. So this affected by an evil, it's referring specifically to the abilities. So this is, if this is telling the truth, it's saying that basically one of these is the poisoner and this is the corrupted one next to it. It could be that both of those are telling the truth, that this is the poisoner and this is the corrupted one. So we need to try to validate that. I guess it's the easiest way to do this. Okay, let's use the 2 dreamers. Of course, one of those has to be, yeah. What's the evil with special again? The poisoner, the adjacent, one adjacent villager to the poisoner is corrupted, so they are lying. They are, however, still good, and so we don't want to kill them. Okay, pretty good chance that these are both good. Okay, pick 2 characters and learn a role that's among them and a role that's not. Okay, among them there is a bard and a minion. This is a bard, so unless this was actually... I see, okay. Unless it's actually like a minion, then it's telling the truth and this one is good. What do you have to say about them? Doppelganger or poisoner? Interested. There should not be a doppelganger at all between those two. It could be a poisoner. I thought so. Okay. 2 or 3 is the poisoner. Okay, if this is telling the truth, that this was affected by an evil, then this has to be... like, one of those are the... well, fuck, this is bad. Okay. This is the good one. That was the bad one. There's just too many things kind of like supporting each other, and this was kind of off for this. So I wasn't really believing it. Okay. This one was also good. Were you saying truth? This one was saying truth. It... I think that you are corrupted and you are the poisoner. Yes, there we go. Okay, we have the Wretch, who again, the abilities of other characters latch onto him as a evil minion, even though he is a good outcast. Bombardier, we lose if we execute him incorrectly. The Witch will block the last card that I flip over, and the minion has no real abilities, they just lie. Okay, there's the Bombardier, there's the Wretch. Okay. Closest evil is equidistant. So you're saying that this one and this one are both evil. 1 card away from closest evil. This, you seem like you're good, because you would register this as being evil, even though it is actually good. We should not have any duplicates, so you would be bad. Closest evil is equidistant. You are good. You would be registering both this and this as evil. Which means that this is likely good and not the Witch. So the Witch is one of these two. Between 1, 2, and 3, there is an outcast minion and a villager. That is accurate. Okay, we are going to pick the minion and the Bombardier. There is neither a witch nor a hunter there. You are the witch. Ooh, getting spicy, getting spicy. Okay. Why is that? Oh, Bob. Okay, so we have a couple of new... like a new card here that you guys haven't seen. We have a demon, Ba. Ba hides an outcast in the deck. So this is an outcast. We have 2 outcasts here. We do not know what this one is. It makes it very difficult because we might have a card that's hidden, like by the witch, that ends up being an outcast, but we have 2 outcasts already in play. So we're like, oh, like, this one can't be an outcast, but it's one of these guys hiding. Okay, let's start flipping and see what we get. Oh, God. We have the Lycanthrope in play, because there are only 2 cards that I have that I've unlocked that uses the night phase. One is Lilith. She is not in play. The other one has to be the Lycanthrope. So, if the Lycanthrope is one of these 4, they are telling the truth. If the Lycanthrope is any of these cards, they have turned into a werewolf and they are now lying. Bah looks like an edgy teen to me. I can see that. So just remember, one of these four, if it's lycanthrope, true, all of these false. I love the medium's artwork. Okay. So... interesting. The Enlightened is saying that the closest evil is going this way, and they are not using the ability that the Rambler should, like this, if you're telling the truth, like if you're not corrupted, you should be saying, like, shut up. Number 6 is a real dreamer. 1 evil adjacent to me. We have 2 dreamers. We should not have 2 dreamers. There's only 1 pair of evil. May or may not be true. One of these might be the Chancellor. Okay, let's start using some of these abilities and see if we can narrow this down a little bit. So 2 is saying that 6 is a real dreamer. We are going to pick the Rambler and the Slayer. Interesting. Amongst 8 and 10, there is a lycanthrope or a witch. We have both of those in play. Okay, the investigator is saying that these are both villagers. I feel like this one might be lying. There we go. So we know that this is a good Slayer. This was a bad witch. We can flip that card over now. We have 2 Enlightened, which we should not. So one of them is going to be bad. This one was saying that 6 was a real dreamer. 6 was not a real dreamer. So you say 1 evil is adjacent to you. There's that lying werewolf. You are telling the truth. Possibly. It could be that you have 2 evil adjacent to you. But as far as we're aware, you are telling the truth. There's only 1 pair of evil. You are saying that these are both villagers. If that's true, then... okay, where... that means... it could be that Ba and the Chancellor are next to each other. We are gonna guess that you are the Chancellor. You are not the Chancellor. Fuck. Okay. You are not good, because the closest evil to you should be equidistant, unless the knitter is actually evil. Got the Chancellor, good. There's only 1 pair of evil. We know that you're good. We know that you are... Okay. You have to be bad. Because in order for her to be lying, he would also have to be bad. There's not enough characters for that. You have to be bad. There we go. Isn't the closest evil to the enlightened clockwise this fake one? It was 1, 2, 3 away. 1, 2, 3 away. So it would have been equidistant. So saying that it was clockwise had to be inaccurate. You mean the enlightened at the bottom? Yes, we already had the witch revealed, didn't we? That would have helped if I had been paying attention. There's just so much to keep in mind. Okay, we have the witch in play, so the last card is not going to get revealed. And Lilith is going to start dealing damage to us in the night phase as we start revealing things. Okay. Who do we have? The Bombardier and the Wretch? Okay. Here, we take damage. And then we can't reveal the last one. Okay. Okay, so the Confessor is an interesting and very helpful card quite often. The Confessor, if they are evil or corrupted, always say, I am dizzy. They are always truthful, even if they are disguised. So if a Confessor says, I am good, you know that they are good. Okay, we have 2 Dreamers. We should not have any duplication. We have 2... Unless this is another outcast, then we're good there for having 2 outcasts. Lilith, this is... I hate this. Lilith is 3 cards away from the closest evil. This may be evil. You would definitely be registering this card as evil. It could be either of these, but that means that, like, Lilith is possibly 1, 2, like, 3, or even 1, 2, 3. It's not helpful, the info we've been given there. Okay. We are going to use the Dreamer's ability for the Bombardier and the Scout. There is Witch or Lilith, so not both of them, but one of them. Doesn't help that it's both of these. We need to validate if you are telling the truth. Pick 2 characters and learn if either of them is evil. We are going to pick the Wretch, which should come up as evil, and the Scout. It's 3 or 5 evil, true. So that captured it. We know that you are a good character. Okay, between you and you. There is a witch or a dreamer. There is a dreamer in here, so there is not a witch in here. Okay. Seems like you're good. Seems like you're not. I feel like you're lying. There's Lilith. Which saves us from taking damage. When we finish this round, she would have hit us again. So we know that that was bullshit. Is there anybody that's saying among 1 and 8, there is a witch and a dreamer? Okay. That is incorrect. You are not telling the truth. Lilith is not a witch. Unless this is the witch. Oh, yes, no, that was right. Okay. So you... Wait. Either you're lying because this was Lilith, even though I have you marked as good, or you're telling the truth. There was no dreamer. There was a witch and there was Lilith instead. Which means that this one would actually be the witch. It's 3 or 5 evil, true? Fuck. Lilith is 3 cards away from the closest evil. 1, 2, 3. That seems to make sense. Nope. Nope. Okay. Are you full of shit then? Where is that? Are you the witch? It was that. What the fuck is going on? Oh, Lilith is 3 cards away from the nearest evil. God damn it. I was looking at the wretch. I was like thinking that this didn't make sense, but I was like, I went off of this one being wrong rather than that. Should have trusted myself. Okay. So we got 2 evils. We got the Puppeteer and Lilith in this deck. So as a reminder, the Doppelganger is good. Will disguise as a double of one of the villagers that are in play. So we're going to have at least 1 pair of doubles that are good and are telling the truth. The Puppeteer is going to make an adjacent villager lie. And just so you know, the Puppeteer cannot make the Doppelganger lie. Okay, the Doppelganger is going to tell the truth no matter what because the Puppeteer affects an adjacent villager and the Doppelganger is an outcast. And then Lilith kills a random unrevealed character at night. Now there's some sweeter beers. I like the banana bread beer. Ooh, interesting. They changed some recipes at some point and I don't like it anymore. Oh, that's too bad, yeah. I quite like, I've had a couple of like hibiscus ales that have been pretty good as well. Okay, let's start revealing. Okay, so we have a duplicate there. One of them might be the Doppelganger. We don't have any other duplicates, although this could have been a duplicate. That's the thing that sucks, is when you are relying on one of these to be the Doppelganger, and then it turns out that this actually was a Doppelganger with things. So, number 2 is saying the closest evil is counterclockwise. Number 3 is saying that the right side is more evil. The Bard is saying that they are 4 cards away from a corrupted character. There is corruption in this deck because the Puppeteer... No, there is no corruption in this deck. Get the fuck out of here. Love it when they do that shit. So... we found Lilith. We're not going to be taking damage anymore. We're still looking for the Puppeteer. So there should be 2 adjacent cards that are lying. The judges are probably both good unless this was actually what the Doppelganger was mimicking. Because one of these is likely the Doppelganger and the villager that the Doppelganger is mimicking. However, there is the chance that the original judge could be corrupted. One of these could be the Puppeteer. No, the Puppeteer doesn't corrupt. They would tell the truth anyway. Okay, let's start poking at things. Are you telling the truth? According to this one, 3's telling the truth. The right side is more evil, which would mean that the Puppeteer and the puppet are somewhere on this side. Slayer, can you kill the Dreamer? Slayer's saying that they couldn't kill number 1. Ooh, that's spicy. Okay. If number 1 cannot be killed, then either they're good or the Slayer is corrupted. There is nothing that should be corrupting the Slayer. So, okay, we're gonna say that you're good. Oh, fuck. You're good. You're good. Hopefully you're good. Right side is more evil. Feels like that has to be it. Closest evil is counterclockwise. If... Are you bad? You're the Puppeteer. Because the closest evil to you would be... I mean, it's... yeah. So one of these is the puppet. Puppet would be evil. Slayer should have been able to kill them. Architect, I hate to tell you this, but I think you're a puppet. Yeah. Okay, we're on the final village of this ascension. When we have completed this village, we are going to switch to the endless mode and see if there's new unlocks and stuff that we can get. So, we have in this deck the Wretch and the Lycanthrope. So again, the Lycanthrope in the night phase will turn into a werewolf if they are not revealed. We're going to open these in a very particular order. So these 4, we'll do it right now actually. There we go. If the Lycanthrope is one of these 4, they will be telling the truth. If the Lycanthrope is any of these cards, they will be lying and evil, and we're going to have to kill them. For the villains in this deck, we have the Puppeteer. Oh, okay, never mind. So a random adjacent villager becomes a puppet. It will be evil. It will tell the truth, however. We do still need to kill it. So 2 adjacents here. We have the Chancellor, who appears next to an outcast role. So it has a very limited spots that it can sit in. It's going to have to be next to either the Lycanthrope or the Wretch, if the Wretch is even in play. We know the Lycanthrope is in play because the night phase information is there. But the Wretch might not be in play, which makes things very, very confusing. And then we have the Puka, who unfortunately corrupts both villagers to either side of her. So we're gonna have a lot of people lying in this one. There could be 6 villagers, like 6 characters lying because of 3 corrupted, like 2 corrupted, 1 puppet, and then the 3 demons. Possibly 7 with the Lycanthrope if they're there. This is gonna be bad. Okay, let's keep revealing. Okay. We have the Wretch. So, one of these 2 might be the Chancellor or wherever the Lycanthrope is beside them. So the Architect is saying that both sides are equally evil. So this side and this side. Can that be true? Because we have 3 villains, but the Puppeteer creates another evil, turns one of the townsfolk evil. So technically it could be true. Oh, the Wretch reads as evil. Okay, so we have... So if the Lycanthrope is good, the Architect is lying. Because we would have 5... Ooh, oh, that's so hard. Because it would have to be this one. You see where it says, like, the sides count top and bottom? So, like, even with an odd number, you can technically have both sides being evil. We do have a duplicate. One of the Architects. That's the only duplicate we have. So one of the Architects is lying. Because they are one of the demons or minions in disguise. Okay, the Alchemist, we haven't seen this role. It hasn't really come up yet. So basically, like, you see the purple glow around him, that's the range. So villagers that are nearby are cured from corruption. So if there was a corrupt one there, the Alchemist cures them and tells us how many are corrupted. This is another one that, like, if the Alchemist says that they cured a corruption, but there are no characters that cause corruption, then you know that the Alchemist is lying. But we do have the Puka causing corruption. So, if the Alchemist is telling the truth, it has to be one of these 2. Because the Puka only corrupts the ones adjacent, and the Wretch is not causing corruption. So since it's not adjacent, the Bishop would not be the one who is corrupted there. It could be that the Investigator is the Puka and the Architect is corrupted. That's a possibility. This isn't the first time I've watched you play this game, but it never seems to get less tricky. I know, right? And when we're on Village 7, it's a lot. It's a lot. Okay. So we have the possibility that, like, we have a puka here. I mean, it could be the puka here and corrupting this. Because the thing is, or it could be the puka here and corrupting this, because the corruption is cured, so they should be telling the truth now. And I don't necessarily believe that both sides are equally evil. Like I said, one of these two is definitely a bad guy in disguise. Okay, the bishop says that between 4, 6, and 10, there is a villager, a minion, and an outcast. So that would be the lycanthrope. If this is the lycanthrope, then they're good. If it's one of those ones, it's bad. This could be a lie, though. Okay. So the gemcrafter is saying the alchemist is good. This architect is saying the left side is more evil. This would definitely be registering as an evil. 1 card away from the closest evil. Oof, God, this is a lot. Okay, so the druid is not always useful, but it is useful in this case because we are trying to find where the lycanthrope is. We are going to... I think it might be the gemcrafter. At least if this is telling the truth, then it would be the gemcrafter. Okay. Gemcrafter is saying that none of those 3 are an outcast, so none of them are the lycanthrope. Since we picked 2 of the ones that the bishop was talking about, it could mean that the druid herself is the lycanthrope, which would be coming up as evil, which then is saying I'm 1 card away from the nearest evil. Let's take puppeteer. Okay, okay. So we're starting to get some info there. One of these 2 is a puppet now. Their puppet is always adjacent to the puppeteer. The puppet does tell the truth. So, saying I'm 1 card away from the nearest evil, it's telling the truth. We don't know yet whether the left side or the right side is more evil. Okay. That's interesting, though, because he said that among 6, 9, and 10 there are no outcasts. He's lying. So one of these is the outcast. I think... Okay, okay. If you are the lycanthrope, you are lying, which means that you are not actually good and did not find a corruption around you. Let's see. Ahaha, okay. You are also evil. You are the lycanthrope. Oh, shit! Okay, okay, okay. Oh, wait, no, I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. The Chancellor appears next to... One of these 2 has to be the lycanthrope. But hey, Puka, how's it going? Because you are corrupted, you have to be next to the Puka. You're lying about the left side being more evil, so the right side has to be more evil because you are the puppet. Oh, the village is safe. We're done. We didn't need to find... Oh, we didn't need to find the lycanthrope because you were telling the truth. Both sides were equally evil because Chancellor, Wretch, and Puka, and then Puppet, Puppeteer, and Puka. But you know what that means? We've ascended again. We're at Ascension 10 now. Thank you. So, we are not going to play this. We are going to exit to menu. And we are going to check out the Endless mode. Increased difficulty, every village is randomized, more challenging characters and scenarios. Let's see if there's other things that we can unlock with this one. What happens at New Ascensions? Literally nothing. It's just a way of keeping track of like how many times you've beaten it. But yeah, let's check out Endless mode and see what that's all about. After we've saved 10 villages in Endless, it will unlock this. Okay, we got 2 evils amongst all characters. So we got a twin minion. No difference between the twin minion and the regular minion. They're just, the art is flipped. So they look like they're kind of like leaning together sort of thing. So she just lies. The Puka, as we saw in the last game, any villagers adjacent to the Puka get corrupted unless it is the Alchemist, because the Alchemist cannot be corrupted. Bragging rights, exactly. Oh, interesting. There's no hearts here for the Endless mode. So if we die, we just reset our current village, apparently. Okay, let's start flipping. We have nothing that's going to cause damage to us or, interesting, or would, block it. So we have here the Rambler. You might recognize Northern Lion. He says, like, a Northern Lion quote or something, and then adjacent truthful characters tell him to shut up instead of sharing their info. You can see that the Alchemist is telling him to shut up. The Gemcrafter is not. So if this is the Rambler and not a bad guy in disguise, then the Gemcrafter is evil. However, if he is evil, the Alchemist is also evil because he's falling into that, like he's using the ability, even though if he's evil, he's not a good guy. We only have one outcast in this deck. So since we have both, one of them is a bad guy. I kind of hate the fact that there's 2 different evil. There's the minions and the demons, because it makes it a little difficult to say, like having to say bad guys sort of thing instead of minion or demon, because there's 2 of them. Okay. Between 4 and 7, there is a minion and a villager. That is very possible. This could be a minion because something is going wrong with his ability. 7 is good according to the Gemcrafter. Okay, we are going to use the Dreamer's ability. We are going to pick the Rambler and the Wretch. Among 4 and 6, there is a cabbage? What the fuck does that mean? I have never seen that message. What the fuck does that mean? Okay, 5 is saying that 7's good. I don't know if it's some sort of Northern Lion joke or something, because I don't watch his streams, so I don't know. I thought he was one of the streamers that everybody yells egg at. Eat your goddamn greens. Okay, so the Jester, we pick 3 characters and learn how many of them are evil. We're gonna pick the Rambler, because I suspect him. We're gonna pick the Wretch. And we're gonna pick the Gemcrafter. 0 evils there. The Jester is evil. Or corrupted. Because the Wretch was included in that, and the Wretch has to register as an evil minion. Even though they're a good outcast, they register as an evil minion. So you could be corrupted, but we're gonna kill you. Was corrupted. So the puka is next door. We're gonna kill the knight. We cannot kill the knight. It did not work. The knight is good. I honestly should do that first because, well, if the knight is corrupted, it allows us to kill it. So not always the best move, actually. But we know that you are bad. What you are doing, because you have to be adjacent to the puka. Sorry, you have to be the puka. Which is interesting, because you're saying shut up the way that this does, so I think the Rambler is also evil. There's the puka, and there's the twin minion. Why did this say there's a cabbage there, though? So weird. Okay, we got twin minion and puka again, we got the wretch again, and we got the lycanthrope, which I've explained a couple times. Okay, we can just open everything. We don't... Oh, no, we can't just open everything. Okay, there we go. If the lycanthrope is in these 4, telling the truth. If the lycanthrope is in these 5, it is lying. Okay. Any duplicates? Yes. One of these judges is either the twin minion or the puka. So we gotta be extra aware of the cards beside the judges because... Okay, so the confessor says that they're dizzy. If a truthful dreamer picks a wretch, she says it's a cabbage? What? Really? I'm sure I've done that recently. I mean, it might have been before an update, I guess. It might have been like a week ago or more. Weird. That's what the wiki says? Maybe I didn't do it. Maybe I was using like the judge or something. But we have the confessor saying that they're dizzy. I'm going to... It's too bad we don't have a... We don't have a slayer to try to kill the judge here. Because I'm guessing that this is the puka and impacting the confessor. Evils are not adjacent to each other. Okay, that could be fine. Because the puka does not turn the adjacents evil, they're just corrupted. Between 2, 4, and 5, we have a minion, an outcast, and a villager. So it could be that this is the minion and this is the villager, or this is the minion and this is the villager, or it could be lying. But at least it got the outcast, so that's fine. Right side is more evil. Possibly there's something adjacent to this confessor. 1 is evil, 6, 8, or 9. Okay. We are going to... Who do we think might... That we know whether they are evil or not. Pick 3 characters, learn how many of them are evil. Okay, we're gonna test the Empress, we're gonna test the Bishop, and we're gonna test the Knitter. Because they're giving us a lot of information. Okay. Now we're gonna start using judges to try to validate what the Jester is saying. Okay, that judge says that the Jester's lying. That one says that the Jester is telling the truth. Okay. I should have put the wretch in maybe to see if it said 0 evils. That's what I meant to do, fuck. I love putting the wretch in when testing the Jester because if it says there's 0 evils, you know they're lying immediately. Okay, so we tested 3, 8, and 9, and Jester says there's 0 evils. However, the Empress is saying 6, 8, and 9, 1 is evil. So that's a pretty good indication. Okay. You are evil. And you said that 4 was lying. You were telling the truth. Oh, it was corrupted. Fuck, it was the puka there. God damn it. Okay, well, we only made it to the second village, but we will start again. 3 evils. God damn. Oof, oof. Okay. At least the baker isn't in there. We have the shaman causing a duplication of villagers. They will both be telling the truth. They will both be good. We have the puka causing adjacent corruption. We have the plague doctor causing a random corruption. But at least the plague doctor's ability might proc more easily because we don't have to get the corrupted that the plague doctor caused. All we have to do is just find a corrupted in general. We don't have Witch or Lilith or the Lycanthrope. We can just open everything. Okay, Confessor is good. 2 cards away from the closest evil. Okay, Duplication. The only duplication we have is... Oh no, we have 2 Slayers and 2 Witnesses, and we should only be having 1 duplicate. So one of those groups is good, and one of them has an evil in it. 4 was affected by an evil. How were you affected? Okay, this is bullshit. So to be affected by an evil, it has to be the ability of one of the evil cards here. The shaman causes a duplication. There is only 1 alchemist. The alchemist was not affected by the shaman. The minion has no special ability. The puka causes corruption. The alchemist cannot be corrupted. 4 has to be full of shit. 7 was affected by an evil. 7 was corrupted by the puka. So either this Slayer or this medium is the puka. So 2 is saying... I guess we just send the Slayers at each other. Couldn't kill 6. Couldn't kill 2. That was not great. I should have thought that through more. Anyways, you're lying. 8 is evil, 7 is corrupted. You are evil. You're saying that 2 is a real Slayer, so that's bullshit. You couldn't kill 2. Why couldn't you kill 2? You should have been able to. Okay. You're corrupted, evil. Oh, it's finished. Never mind. I don't need to label them. Okay, only 1 evil. Interesting. Okay, we don't have the baker. That's fine. Sending the Slayers at each other worked out after all, right? Yeah. I'm like, wait a second. None of this makes sense. Okay, this is bullshit. The puka is not 2 cards away from the closest evil. The puka is the only evil. You could be corrupted. We are going to send the plague doctor after you. 4 is not corrupted. 4 is evil. There we go. Easiest round. I know I should probably use all my abilities before I do stuff like that, but... Oh, this is a spicy big village. Okay. So again, we have the Lycanthrope, who is hiding as an unused villager role. We're going to open the cards in a particular order to make sure that we know that the Lycanthrope is either good or evil, depending on where they're appearing. Shaman is going to cause a duplication in villagers. The Poisoner is going to corrupt the person beside them. And Lilith is going to kill random people in the night phase and cause damage to me. There. So we are in the night phase. This one was most likely good because Lilith killed them. Lycanthrope, if here is good, if here is bad. Okay, this one was also likely good because, again, Lilith killed them. Unfortunately, we're down to 6 HP already. Closest evil is equidistant. Okay. You're saying that 4 is good. You're saying the closest evil is counterclockwise. I can see that because these two were likely good. Unfortunately, with 2 dead, that's... Okay, we still have a pair of Enlightened and a pair of Gem Crafters. One of them could be the pair that is made by the Shaman. The other one is going to be a bad guy in disguise. You're saying that... Okay, you guys are kind of cyclical. Sometimes this is evil. Because the medium is saying that the Gem Crafter is real. The Gem Crafter is saying that the medium is good. So if they're both corrupted, they kind of sometimes back each other up. You are saying that... Okay, yeah, I can see if they're evil. Okay. 8 or 10 is a Shaman. You're saying that 4 is good. You could be corrupted. Okay. Zero evils there. I mean, they could be good in backing each other up, but I don't really feel like it. You're saying there's no evils there. I feel like that's bullshit. There we go. I'm like, because for it to be, for this one to be telling the truth, like, it's for this one to be lying, it would have to be, like, so much further away than, you know, because of these two being good and dying. Okay. So, we know that you were full of shit there, so I'm gonna say that these 2 cyclical ones are full of shit. Ooh, fuck no. Okay. So, you are good. You could be... You're good as well. Okay. If this one is telling the truth, evil is equidistant, that would mean that either you're full of shit. This is a shaman. Oh, fuck, it was the... Okay, okay. Damn. Okay, we just got the Puka and the Lycanthrope this time. Okay, again, Lycanthrope will be good if they are there, bad if they are here. Okay, we got a good Confessor. 4 was affected by an evil. That's you! That can't work. That cannot work. Because if you are corrupted and the bard is saying you're good, the bard is saying that you're lying. You're the Lycanthrope. Okay, you're the Lycanthrope. You're the fucking Puka. There we go. Play a new mode, they said. It'd be fun. No, it's definitely fun. It'll be interesting to see if I ever actually manage to get to 10. Not having the lives there, like having 4 attempts to get through the 7 villages for the Ascension definitely makes it easier. We'll see if we manage to actually get 10 in a row, because some of these are very hard. Okay. Ba is hiding a, interesting. Ba is hiding a outcast. So there's a pool of 3 outcasts, and 1 to 2 are going to appear. Chancellor is going to be adjacent to one of them. Lycanthrope is in play. The medium is saying this one is a lycanthrope, and if it is, he is lying now. Ba is 2 cards away from the closest evil. This is where it gets tricky, because if number 3 is actually a lycanthrope, this Plague Doctor could be the Chancellor hiding beside him. Chancellor is 2 cards away from the closest evil. Okay, between 1, 6, and 7, there is an outcast. You're saying that the lycanthrope is up here. That seems wrong to me. We know that there's a lycanthrope in play. It's not like a drunk lying or something like that. So the Plague Doctor is here. You are saying that one of these has to be the lycanthrope. If one of them is the lycanthrope, they're telling the truth. So that would mean that you are lying because you are the Chancellor? Chancellor is 2 cards away from closest evil. Ba is 2 cards away from the closest evil. Oh wait, we got a duplicate there. One of those 2 has to be... Okay, okay. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I don't think I have the patience for this. I find it a lot of fun. Okay, okay. I think both of these are lying. So, the Empress is saying that one of these is evil. This is saying that one of them is the lycanthrope and one of them... Okay, if this is the lycanthrope, then this is the Chancellor. Who's lying. Aha, aha, okay. This still could be... Okay, the easiest thing to do is just to kill that. Okay. You're the Chancellor. One of these 2 is the lycanthrope. We're gonna say that this is the lycanthrope and you are lying. You're good. Oops, you're good, you're bad, you're bad. You were good. So Ba is 2 cards away from the closest evil. Wait. How are you telling the truth? The scout stuff really doesn't make sense to me sometimes because it's that okay. It's not saying the closest evil to the scout. That's what keeps tripping me up. It's that Ba is the closest evil to Ba is 2 cards away. So saying that this or this. Chancellor is not 2 cards away from the closest evil. You're doppelganger. See, this is what I don't understand. How is Ba 2 cards away from the closest evil? This is Ba. Ba is adjacent to the closest evil. You are not corrupted. You are not evil. This should be an accurate statement. I don't get it. It was revealed before the lycanthrope. It would have been the second card revealed. Shit, you're right. It might have to do with the order in which it was revealed. Because if it suddenly changes while you're revealing cards, then you know, like, oh fuck. Yeah, okay, that's a good point. Ugh, I don't like having to take that into consideration. Okay, we got Ba and a Poisoner. Okay, we have a Lycanthrope in play. The Lycanthrope cannot hide as another outcast, I believe. So it would have to be if one of these two is the Lycanthrope, they're telling the truth. Any of these ones in it is lying. Okay. 6 or 7 is the Poisoner. I highly doubt that. Ooh. Actually, it could be very well accurate. Because we only have 2 outcasts in play. One of these is faking. No evil's adjacent to me. Between 1, 2, and 6, there is outcast, minion, and villager. Could be that, like, one of these is the lycanthrope. And this is one of the bad guys. There was 1 corruption around me. Poisoner does cause corruption. One is evil, 3, 4, 7. If 3 was evil, then 2 would have been corrupted and the alchemist would have caught it. Okay, we know that this is evil. 1 cannot be both evil and corrupted with this. There's the Poisoner. So 6 or 7 is Poisoner. That was true. You are bad. Why is that not working? There we go. You have to be corrupted because the Poisoner cannot corrupt a outcast. It has to be a villager. There was 1 corruption around me. You were the one corrupted. You were cleared. You are now telling the truth. Provided that this is actually... Okay, we'll leave that there. Because we need to verify that you are good. Between 1, 2, and 6, there is... Okay. Okay, it's saying that... Circular logic here. This is evil. This, we believe, is good. So, by the logic of... With 1, 2, and 6, there is a minion, an outcast, and a villager. That would mean that this would need to be an outcast, which would be... Could be the doppelganger. No, doppelganger appears as an in-play role. It would have to be... It'd have to be the drunk, which lies. Okay, I think you're full of shit. One is evil, 3, 4, 7. I think it's you. Fuck. Okay, okay. You were telling the truth. Pick 2 characters, learn if either of them are evil. You are saying that one of them is... Okay. Okay, okay. If you're telling the truth, it's because you are a good alchemist and cleared, which means that this one... Yes, then the Empress would be evil, if that is the case. You were telling the truth. One of... This must be the lycanthrope. This must be the lycanthrope. Okay. If you are lying, it's because this is not good either. And you are corrupted. You are Ba. Could be either, honestly. Both seem just as valid as each other. I think we got a 50-50 it. Anybody have a preference as to if we take out the Empress or the Alchemist? What are you feeling? What do your guts say? Death to the monarchy. Okay. I think we'll survive this. I think that it does 4 points of damage. I don't know if it actually tells us how much damage we take to... How do I get out of the screen? Oh my god, how do I get out of the screen? Oh god, it's the first time I've been on this page, so it, oh my god, please. There we go. Death to the monarchy. That was Ba. Good guess, Archfey. Okay. Whew, okay, so we have Ba hiding, an outcast again, the only outcast in the deck. We have the witch who's going to be blocking, and the minion who doesn't do anything special. We do have the baker, however, that can make things super, super confusing. Oh, I just wanted to kill a monarch. Like the monarch's deadly sting. Okay, we have a duplicate. We should not have a duplicate unless one of these is the drunk or the doppelganger. Okay, Baker saying that they're the original Baker. We have a duplicate again, giving the same information though. I was a confessor. Okay. Closest evil is clockwise. Left side is more evil. Both poets saying there's only one pair of evil. It could be a poet and a doppelganger. Okay, so we're gonna pick the 2 poets and ourself. There are no outcasts among that group. That seems inaccurate because unless they're both bad guys, I know this is probably a waste, but there are no outcasts among this group. Oh my god, okay. That's fucking rough. We wasted a lot of info there. Nope, okay. I was like, if there's no outcasts, then they have... Okay, you have to be evil. You're the fucking doppelganger. Okay, but you said... Okay, oh, it was the two fucking bad guys, that's why. I'm like, it has to be. You're giving the same information. Oh, that was awful. God damn. Oh, God. Oh, we got the drunk in here too. The drunk is terrible. The only good thing about the drunk is that killing her takes less life than most other characters. Okay. So every 4 characters, Lilith kills someone who is likely good, and we take damage. We can't reveal the last one because of the witch. 7 was affected by an evil. In order for that to be accurate, you would need to be adjacent to the poisoner. So you're saying that you are the poisoner. We have 3 fucking lovers. Okay, how does this logic work? This lover is saying that 2 evils are adjacent to them. In order for, if that is it, okay, that could be a lie, that these 2 are good. There's no reason for there to be a duplicate, though. The drunk is appearing as a not in play villager. So you cannot be the drunk unless the other 2 are also evil. If you are the drunk and these 2 are evil, you would be lying. So you would not be saying 2 evils adjacent to me. If you're telling the truth, these 2 are evil. There would have to be something else evil around them in order to be saying no evils adjacent to me. Because if these 2 were good, this one would be would need to lie about it. And same with here. It could be that just one of the evil, adjacents are evil, and that's why how you're lying. One card away from closest evil. 7 was affected by an evil, which would mean that the investigator was the poisoner to make you corrupted if you're telling the truth. But if you are corrupted by the poisoner, you would not be saying that you're 1 card away from the nearest evil, because it would have to be this one or this one. I think this is full of shit. Yes. And now that we've killed the witch, we can flip the last card. We still take damage because of Lilith. Left side is more evil. So you're telling the truth. You were 1 card away from the closest evil. There's a very good chance that the alchemist is telling the truth, that there was corruption around him. It would not be this one. It would be... You're evil. You're telling the truth. You're evil. Oh, fuck. Okay, you're not telling the truth. Because you can't, like, the drunk is not evil. You have to be lying. You could be corrupted. I think you're evil. I think you're evil. Yes. Okay. It's funny, it turned out to be Lilith, and I really was operating under the assumption that that this was like the poisoner. Okay. I guess this is, so I always thought of this as being like a corrupted that was cured, but I guess this could be telling the truth with one corruption with the drunk around him. You are likely good. One of these is likely the poisoner, and one of them is likely corrupted. We're gonna use 4 or 7 as a villager. So you are likely corrupted, you are likely the poisoner. There we go. There we go. Have my sip of water a little early. Okay, we have Ba hiding an outcast, and there are 2 outcasts in this village, so both of them are going to be in play. We have the puppeteer, who is causing a puppet next to them, which is evil but does not lie, and Ba himself. Okay, we'll leave it. It's not the lycanthrope. There's no night cycle. Okay, one of these is... Oh, so this is actually really good because the drunk only mimics characters that are not in play. Actually, I guess we have to... okay, that... Ooh, spicy. Okay. So one of these could be the doppelganger. One of these could be a bad guy hiding. Same with this could be a bad guy hiding, or it could be the drunk. It has to be either valid or a bad guy. Okay, we can't use the Slayer on the Bombardier to test them because if you execute the Bombardier, you lose unless they are actually secretly a bad guy. Left side is more evil. Evil is adjacent to me. Okay. The Plague Doctor, we gotta find... We don't have anybody causing corruption except for the Plague Doctor. Okay, you're saying that 6 is evil, 1 is corrupted. Okay. We can try this. Actually, send the Slayer after you. Saying that I couldn't kill 6. Okay. Okay. There's the puppeteer. You have to be the puppet, even though you are truthful, because you cannot make a outcast into a puppet. 1 evil adjacent to me, possibly telling the truth, because we do have this. Saying left side is more evil. Seems like that would be telling the truth, because it would only be Ba over here. What do you do? Pick 2 characters, one a role that's among them and a role that is not. So among 3 and 6, there is a dreamer, but there is not a puppeteer. Okay, there is a dreamer there. It seems like you're telling the truth. Left side is not more evil. They are the same. You are... Oh, shit, you're corrupted. Oh, right, because you said that that was not corrupted. I couldn't kill 6. 1 is not corrupted. 1 evil adjacent to me is true. You were corrupted. Where is Ba? It has to be one of these two, right? Because left side is more evil was a corrupted statement. It has to be on the right side in order to balance. It cannot be in spot 4 because that would also count for left side and would make left side is more evil true. It has to be either number 1 or number 3. There is 1 evil adjacent to you. Dreamer, puppeteer is 1... Oh, fuck you. It is the dreamer. There is, or the puppeteer. There is no dreamer in that. Oh, you bastard. Yeah, okay, there we go. Okay, we have Minion, Poisoner, and Puka. Oh, plus a Plague Doctor. That's a lot of lying. Okay. We don't have a Lycanthrope. We don't have Lilith. We don't have the Witch. We can just open everything and go through the logic. No one was corrupted around me. Might be true or false. We have a lot of characters that cause corruption. So if nobody was corrupted around me, that means that we have up to 4 characters that should be corrupted, and it would be all of these 4? That's a bit of a long shot. It doesn't even make sense, because in order for that to work, the Slayer would have to be the Poisoner, with the Knight then being corrupted. I guess it could be that, like, the Knitter is the Puka corrupting the Alchemist, and then this one would be, like, corrupted from the Plague Doctor. I just feel like this is very suspect. We have way too much corruption in this for no one around you to be corrupted. Okay, we have duplication on Slayer. We should not have any duplication. We have duplication on Alchemist. We should not have any duplication. So 1 Slayer and 1 Alchemist are bad. Evils are not adjacent to each other. Tracks, that's possible because the Poisoner's adjacent character is still good even though they are corrupted. 6 is a real Alchemist. 3 cards away from the closest evil. 1 of the Slayers is bad. We could set the 2 Slayers on each other. Evils are not adjacent to each other. Okay, there's no point in putting the Plague Doctor onto the Alchemist because the Alchemist cannot be corrupted. Okay. Okay, the investigator is saying that both of these are villagers, but I don't think that's true. Okay. They both say that they can't kill 1. Shit, I think I wasted a lot of this. Is this really... Okay, there we go. That's the poisoner. You are corrupted. I mean, you could be evil. You're good. You have... Are you good, though? You were good. Okay. No one around you was corrupted. They both couldn't kill you. Why was there a duplicate, though? I guess just because you're evil and you can't... One of them... Okay. 3 cards away from the closest evil seems... unlikely. 2 is not corrupted, though. 2 could be evil, though. Evils are not adjacent to each other. Corrupted. Fuck. Oh, it was the puka. Ah. Yeah. Damn. Okay, there are 3 evils among all characters. We got Lilith and the Witch. Great. Oh, we got the Rambler, too. Womp womp, yeah. Okay. So the Witch is going to block the last card from flipping over. Lilith is going to start dealing damage and killing things as we go through. And we have the Lycanthrope. So this was likely good. If the Lycanthrope is here, it will be good. If it is here, it will be bad. Fuck, I did this in the wrong order. I like to have one of the bottom ones be the one blocked by the Witch. Okay. So the Confessor is saying that they're dizzy, so they are likely evil. We don't have anything that corrupts. There. We can flip that card now. Oof, Lilith is still doing damage to us, though. Closest evil is counterclockwise, so it would have to be the judge, or else it would say that it was equidistant. No one is corrupted around me. That is fine. We don't have anybody causing corruption. You might be bad. Yeah, you're absolutely bad. We have 1 outcast, and we know the Lycanthrope is in play. Get out of here. Okay. You are likely also bad, because you are going into what the minion is saying. Get out. Okay, there's the Lycanthrope. Okay. Between 2, 3, and 4, there is a minion outcast villager. That seems like it is likely accurate. We knew that this was most likely good. You're good, you're bad, you're bad, you're bad. No one was corrupted around me. Likely true. We don't have anybody that causes corruption. So it is likely one of these 3 that is Lilith. Counterclockwise is the nearest evil. Could be true. It could be the judge. Okay, we are going to use your ability, and we're gonna put you with this one, because you are likely good. Okay, so you're saying that 6 is likely evil. Closest evil is counterclockwise. We need to test this off of something that we know is going to be lying. Fuck, this is a little hard. We don't really have anybody that's making a statement that's like the I am dizzy. I don't know if that counts as a lie. And same with like the shut up and the thing that the Rambler says. I don't know if they count as lies. I guess we're gonna see. We're pretty sure this is true. Okay. I think you are Lilith. There we go. Yeah, use Judgment 1, yeah. That was the best play there, because of all these weird statements. Okay, Chancellor, Witch, and Lilith. Oh, this is where it can sometimes get very dicey, because 1 to 2 minions, or not minions, outcasts. Shit. Okay, the Witch is gonna block. The Lycanthrope is... There we go. If the Lycanthrope is here, it is good. If it is here, it is evil. This one is likely good. You are good. We flip the rest of the cards. This is blocked by the Witch. Okay. What do we got? Plague Doctor didn't come up. This could be the Plague Doctor. This could be the Plague Doctor. Or there could be no Plague Doctor in here. So the Lycanthrope is confirmed in here, and the Chancellor is going to be beside him and lying. We have 3 Dreamers. We have no reason for duplicate characters. 2 of them should be false. Okay. We're gonna try... Pick 3 characters and learn if the outcast is among them. I'm gonna pick these... Ooh. I'm gonna pick these 3. Do I pick these 3? I'm trying to identify which one of these is likely the Chancellor. I think we do these 3. There are no outcasts. Interesting. I'm really expecting this to be the Lycanthrope. This could be the Plague Doctor, and this could be the Chancellor, though. Are you telling the truth? He says you're lying. Witcher Chancellor. You son of a bitch. I don't think that this is... There you go. You are likely good. You say that you're lying. Oh, fuck. Oh, it was a corrupted judge. Fuck. Why is the judge corrupted? The Plague Doctor. The Plague Doctor actually was in play. God damn it. Okay. Okay. This is likely a good Rambler with 2 good people beside him. Architect saying right side is more evil is likely accurate, because one of these 3 then is likely the Puka. Except for the Puka corrupts the people on either side of them. Okay, between 2, 5, and 7, there is an outcast, a villager, and a demon. So what you're saying is that you are the villager, this is the outcast, and this is the demon. If this is the demon, then both of these are corrupted. So the right side is not more evil, which cannot be true. It has to be more evil if this is the Puka. So I don't believe that you are... I don't believe that you are the demon. No evils adjacent to me. That does make sense. Okay. 5 or 7 is a demon. This doesn't make any sense to me. You're saying the 7 or 5 is a demon. If you are the demon, then you are not truthful, so it shouldn't be applying to you. And you are not, like... How does that work? Why did that only corrupt... Why did that not corrupt the architect? The puka is supposed to corrupt all adjacent villagers if possible, and there's nothing that is protecting the architect. That's fucked up. This is supposed to be... You're supposed to be corrupted. This is broken. It's a weird one. Oh, the fucking alchemist, you're right! The alchemist cures corruption within 2 spaces. But it didn't give the warning because it was blocked by the Rambler. Ugh! Ugh! Not broken. Just fucked up logic. Okay, we got the puka causing 2. We do have the alchemist in. We have the plague doctor causing 1 corrupted. Okay. Okay. 3 was affected by an evil, which would mean that 3 is corrupted. So if 3 is corrupted, saying that the closest evil is counterclockwise, it would actually be the alchemist. That is the closest evil, likely. Or technically it could be here, but then that's like some circular logic being weird. 1 corruption around me in these spots, provided that you are good. So the corruption would then be like this, and you are the puka. This, and you are the puka. Although that's unlikely, because then we wouldn't have a an outcast. Or it could be that you are the puka, and these are both corrupted. This one cannot be the puka, like I said. 1 card away from the closest evil. Not likely to be that. It would be this one. And puka is 3 cards away from the closest evil. There is no other evil. This is weird. I think that you're probably... Ooh. Are you corrupt? I don't think that you're corrupted. This is just like... Oh, no, you're corrupted. Okay. Bad move on my part. 1, 5, and 7. I think you are the puka. Oh, look! Yay! We got a new skin unlocked for Ba. Oh, we unlocked everything in the demo. Reach Ascension 4 and save 10 villages in Endless. Nice. Got that much less edgy teenager or whatever. The art, whatever that comment was about Ba. Or was that? I can't find that comment now. Yeah. It's much less cute, but we're gonna apply the skin anyway. Okay. So we have the Rambler, the Minion, and a Puka. I don't think we had a Baker. Okay, you're telling him to show... Oh, we got 2 Ramblers. Fuck. Okay, one of you is bad. Okay, we have 2 adjacent bad cards. If you are bad, you are also bad. If you are bad, you are also bad. Everybody else is likely good. You're saying that 8 is a real rambler. Nobody's corrupted around me. I'm 1 card away. You're bad. You're bad. Oh shit, no, you're corrupt. Why are you... You're adjacent to the puka. You are the puka. There we go. I said Ba looked like an edgy teen. There we go. Yeah, now he's all grown up, looking like a full-on villain. He's come into his own. He's, you know, he's in his villain era. He's had a glow up. He's all those things. Okay. I should probably take that card art off. It doesn't really match the rest of, like, the vibe. Okay, so Ba is hiding the outcast. The puppeteer will be creating a puppet beside him. Okay. So it's a wretch. There are no corrupted characters. That makes sense. The puppeteer doesn't cause corruption. Closest evil is clockwise. That could be accurate. If this one was evil, it would say equidistant. So it could be that, like, these two are the puppeteer and the... Nope, that doesn't make any sense at all. Because if this is the puppeteer and Ba... okay. If this is the puppeteer and this is Ba, that works out. If this is Ba and this is the puppeteer, this would have to become a puppet and it would be evil and it would be closer. 4 or 6 is a puppet. You're saying yourself is a puppet, possibly. 1 is evil, 1, 4, 7. What is a minion? You read as a... Oh, you read as a minion, though. I think you're good. You're good. You're good. There shouldn't be anybody causing corruption. You could be evil. You could be Ba saying that 1 or 6 is a puppet. We'll do the easy thing. We're going to try to execute the knight. There we go. That can be dangerous. I think we saw earlier that if you try to execute a corrupted knight, it allows you to do it, but you take damage for it. Puberty goes fast in demons, yeah. I think the Enlightened is evil. I think the Enlightened is evil because it should be saying equidistant unless the Bard is also evil, and I don't believe that the Bard is evil. There. So now we just need to figure out which one of these two is the, I think this one is the puppet. Because it's telling the truth, 4 or 6 is a puppet, and it is a puppet. And the puppeteer is saying that the closest evil is clockwise, so if this was the puppet, it would be telling the truth, and it should be lying. There we go. There. Well, it is unfortunately 10 o'clock, guys, so it is time for stream to end. I hope that you were enjoying this game. I find it completely addictive to have, like, these kind of little, I don't want to say fast-paced logic puzzles because you can take your time to figure them out, but it goes at your perfect pace because you control the pace of it, you know?